babes. So, this episode is made possible because in scheduling, we totally missed booking today's episode. So, this is an emergency last minute episode. So, if there are any mess ups, you know why. But in this episode of the Beauty Pro podcast, we're going to be talking about relationships. And I talk about that a lot in a lot of my coaching and a lot of my education. And this episode, we're going to touch on it. And I want you to listen up. And I want you to really look at yourself, your life, your relationships, and see how it's affecting you and your career. So let's go. Are you a beauty or barber pro looking for that push to do that thing you've always wanted to do, whether it's in or out of the salon, spa, or shop? Are you tired of not feeling good enough, smart enough, skilled enough? Are you tired of not getting a handle on your mental health, boundaries, and insecurities? I'm Krystine Sherwood, the Beauty Pro Coach, an internationally certified coach, a salon and spa owner, and your personal Jiminy Cricket. I use my own experiences, good and bad, as a salon owner to help you be more self-aware, authentic, and forward-thinking in your approach to life, in and out of the salon. It's time to reach your version of success with the Beauty Pro Coach podcast. Hello, my darling babe. How are you? Today's episode, if you heard the intro, it is an emergency last minute episode. It's probably going to throw off my analytics and my consistency measures for the podcast. But because I totally, like in scheduling episodes and in recording, totally missed today's date. So there was no episode even scheduled for today, but here we are, real and raw. It happens, whatever. Okay. And that's life. So for today, it's probably going to be short, but I want to really touch on relationships. It is something that I do teach on in my coaching, one-to-one, my education, hair shows, skin shows, everywhere that I go because it's such a topic that we can all relate to. I have spoken about this in the past. I've had special episodes dedicated to some of my past relationships in season 1 of the Beauty Pro podcast. I mention it here and there, but today I really want to kind of dive into it, right? So there's so many different kinds of relationships, right? You have the personal relationships like friends with benefits, poly relationships, same sex relationships, husband and wife relationships, girlfriend, boyfriend, 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 girlfriend, girlfriend, like all the different kinds. And then you have the professional relationships where you have coworkers, you have teammates, you have, if you're an owner, salon or spa owner, you have employees, independent contractors, renters, what else? Apprentices, assistants, those are different, which, okay, so like, let's just clear that up. So an assistant, they're both this can be true depending on your state, but for me personally, I see them as different. I see an assistant as somebody who is still in school, cosmetology school, or it could even be high school, and they have zero certifications of anything and they are assisting you. So that means they are sweeping the floors, cleaning the toilets, making the foils, handing you the foils, maybe answering the phones, bringing out coffee for and refreshments to the salon and spa guests. Those are assistants, right? Apprentices do the same thing, but they are leveled up in that they may just have gotten their license, their cosmetology license. Maybe they are about to graduate cosmetology school. They are the ones who are most likely washing hair, blow drying, answering the phones, making appointments. They're doing a little bit more involved with the clients than an assistant would. So there's that relationship, right? Personal and professional relationships make a huge difference in our lives. Okay. If our professional relationships are not professional, Okay. If we are dating our coworkers, that's probably going to create a issue at work, right? Probably with your boss. If you are dating your boss, interesting. You tell me how that's working out for you. Send me a message on Instagram. I know quite a few stories where that has happened and they are married now, so that's cool, but I wanna know more because that sounds more like the exception instead of the rule, like that's a one in a blue moon kinda deal. So you let me know, but our professional relationships matter. So I am a huge fan of Special Forces. It's like a reality show of sorts, and it's really big in the UK. It is here in the United States, and I love this show because it is all about survival. It's all about working together with people. And that's exactly what we do on the daily, right? Our professional relationships are with our coworkers, our clients. The client relationship in and of itself is a whole different kind of thing that we can ever possibly imagine. But right now I'm going to talk about our coworkers, right? So if you don't trust your coworkers, it's going, at least to a certain extent, right? You don't have to trust. If you got trust issues, okay, fine, you can keep them, and we all kinda have that to some extent, but there is a certain level of trust that you need to have with your team, whether renters or employees, in order for the day to go by smooth. So, if you don't have that, why? Why, as an owner, why is that person in your space if you don't trust them in any capacity? If you are the stylist or the esthetician and you don't trust your boss, why are you there? So it's very important that you have some kind of level of trust in some way, shape, or form. Now, the other that and that goes into deeper issues as why is there no trust? If you are a renter, why do you not trust your boss, which is your landlord? Why do you not trust your coworkers? How do you expect to collaborate with people who are in your vicinity, right? They're right next to you. How do you plan on growing, scaling if you don't trust those people? Okay. This is like a huge thing. We all have gifts and talents, and so you have to be able to even trust yourself. The relationship with yourself and your skill set, that is huge. If you don't trust yourself on the things that you know how to do behind the chair, your fear is going to eat you up. It's going to limit you tremendously, and you're only going to do haircuts and colors, right? You're not even gonna branch out to do fantasy colors. You're not gonna branch out to do, bridal style hair. You're not gonna be able to do makeup. If you're an esthetician, you're not gonna be able to make a fast $20 in doing brow, brow waxes, okay? Like, if you are and that brings the topic over to specialization, which I just made a post about that on Instagram today, and so make sure you check that out and you tell me your unpopular opinion that you have and that you believe in, so go check that out. So, trust is a big deal. So you really could do have to trust yourself. You have to know what you want, why you want it, what that looks like, what it feels like. You need to be able to hire people, whether it's a renter or an employee, that you can have a certain level of trust, right? So they trust themselves and their skill set, which allows you to trust them and their skill set, which allows you as the owner to be able to promote that person with their skill set so that that person can make money, right? Like, if you don't trust yourself, you're not gonna market yourself because you don't think that you can do all those things. And if you say, I don't market because I'm too good for that, I don't need to market, I have money coming in, I don't need help, mommy and daddy are paying my rent. Like, if you have those things, that's not good enough. You're not gonna succeed. You're just not. You kind of suck at life, actually. Right. So there's that. That's professional relationships. Speaking of which, if you have a front desk still, you need to have somebody that's trustworthy to work the desk. Okay? Because you're dealing with money. Money is the flow, the blood flow of business. That is how you determine success in your salon and spa, by how many dollars you have, how many pennies you have. If you have somebody running it you don't trust, that's a problem. Another thing with that is if you don't have trust in your people, you're going to micromanage. And I would know because I have done it. And I may even be so bold that I probably still struggle with that. And I have to back off, right? Like nobody wants to be micromanaged. Like I get it. But if I don't trust you, guess what happens? It is like and it is, it's a defense mechanism that we need to chill out about. Okay. Okay. Then you have your client relationship. Your client relationship needs to be professional, right? And you can still have a professional relationship and give your clients your cell phone number. Like growing up in this industry, I was always taught you keep that ish separate. You never combine the two. You stay away. You don't make friends with your clients. You don't date your clients. You don't do social outings with your clients. You don't go to your clients' houses unless it's to do their hair and you're getting paid for it. Like you just don't do those things. But in today's world, this is actually a lesson that my little Sunday school class that I teach taught me, and they don't even know it because they're a bunch of 4 and 5-year-olds, is that the day and age of having that dividing wall of I'm the teacher, you're the student, draw the line. That no longer, yes, it exists, but it's not that stark black and white line. Okay. Now it is about conversing with your clients. It's about conversing with your team. It is blending our minds and our emotions and our thoughts all together to have a successful, trustworthy relationship moving forward. Okay. And when we have this with the clients, you can absolutely maintain a professional relationship with your clients and they have your cell phone number. You can draw the line and say, listen, and you don't have to answer them. It is still a 9 to 5 or whatever job it is that you have, whatever your hours of operation are. It is still that. So you can answer them within those hours. Okay. You can still answer them and say, listen, it would be better if you came to the salon for an in person consultation. All right. Okay. So those are client relationships. I still stand by not dating your clients. I mean, unless it's freaking Brad Pitt or who's the new one of, like, this generation, like, I don't even know. Like, Garrett Hedlund, if you know who he is from Sons of Anarchy. Hello. Unless it's him or Captain America, like, don't date your clients, okay? I say that because I am a single woman working in this industry. And I do have every intention in some point in my life to get married, have a bunch of babies, and bake cookies at home while my husband goes out and makes the dough. Like the very traditional these kind of framework. I'm very conservative in that way. And like that is my dream. That is my American dream. And I am exercising my feminist right in choosing. I have the option, whereas in the 1940s and 50s, they did not. I have the option to stay home and make cookies if I want to. And then if I want to sell those damn cookies and make a profit off of them, I can do that too. Right. So that's where I stand with that. But that is my dream. And working in this industry with a bunch of women, I do actually take it very personal to do um, men's campaigns to get more men in the doors, right? Like you barbers, you are my besties. Like I love you so much. Whenever I need some testosterone in my life, like in the air, okay, let's not get crazy. I just like hang out with the barbers or I talk to barbers and I want to be around them and I want to, drive clients to the barbers, right? No shame to the female barbers. We love you too. And I probably, if I'm being real and raw, because that's what we do, I feel safer because you kind of know more or less where I'm coming from. right? As a, woman to woman. So there's that. So yeah, so what I'm trying to say with that is, yeah, I'm a single woman in this industry, a salon and spa owner, an educator, independent educator. Yeah, I definitely want to meet the man of my dreams. And if that means I meet him in the salon, like everything else in my life, if you've listened to episode 1, so be it. That would be amazing. I'm not going to hold my breath though. I'm not going to like try to make that happen. It is what it is. Okay. And I encourage that for you too. If you're single in this industry, don't be a ho ho. Okay. Don't be dating your clients. It makes it really awkward. And if you do decide to sleep around with your clients and date them, make sure your pay amount, like how much your time is worth in the salon, make sure they pay it and they tip you. Okay. Like, let's not get this twisted and confused. We're in this to make money first, relationships after that. Okay. Okay. With that being said, as a salon and spa owner, I have had past employees be like, "Oh my god, do you like not believe in marriage? Do you not believe in relationships? Like, I'm not going to be a stylist forever. Like, like what about when I have kids?" Like they like this conversation has come up. And I think early on in my career when this conversation would come up, I would get very like defensive. Because, "Oh, shit, now I'm gonna lose a stylist, I gotta get another stylist," it's that how do you say? That is that you're coming from a place of lack instead of and desperation instead of abundance, right? So, if your stylist, becomes pregnant, has a baby, dating, gets married, whatever, the more I'm now in a place where it's like, the more the merrier. I am so happy for you, that is awesome, good for you, like, let's celebrate, right? That's where I'm at now these days. And I look back at myself before and wow, what a poor state to be in, and that you get so defensive when that something like that, a life change happens for your team, right? I my team now, we're all on the manhunt, right? We're all trying to find Prince Charming so we can be their queen, right? And I hear the girls' stories at work and I crack up and it's just so funny and like if you have a boyfriend and you are so happy and you want to get married, do it. Okay? His family, your family, the babies, that's more heads for everybody to, to cut and to give facials to. And, there is abundance in that. There is joy in that. And that's the whole point of doing what we love to do. Okay. So there's that side. So if you're a salon and spa owner, encourage your team to go get married, have babies, bring in their in-laws. You know what I'm saying? Like people are people and they're going to grow and you want to grow. So why wouldn't you want somebody else to grow? Okay. The other side of that coin is salon and spa owners, this is for you, is that you have no opinion. Okay, you have no say, let's say it that way. You have an opinion, absolutely, but you have no say in your team's choices of partners, okay? They could tell you their partner is such a POS, they can't stand them, they break up, and you can tell them as their boss and leader and friend, "Girl, dump that a-hole. He is wasting your life, ruining your business." Look, and you could give it to them straight. But at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they're gonna do, and they're gonna get back with their boyfriend, and then guess who's the bad guy? You. So, it's better to just be the listening ear for your team if and when they come to you about relationships, just be the soundboard, okay? And that's it. Let them let it out, okay? Let them process. Everybody has to go through the learning phase. Everybody has their own learning curve, so don't take that from them, okay? So there's that relationship. The again, I wanna go back to what my little Sunday school class taught me that they didn't even know that they did, is you wanna make sure you connect with people. Yeah, we are in the beauty industry, barber industry, aesthetics. There are systems in place for us to create a look for the person, to educate them about their skin, nourish their skin. Like that is really what people come to us for. They don't come to us to be our friend. They come to us because they have a problem. They have a zit, they have fine hair, they have unruly, frizzy, curly hair that has never been treated with professional products. Like these are the issues. So we have to provide the solutions for those issues. But at least for me, I would not want to ever tell the client, if you do this, if you let me do this to your hair, you're going to look this age. You're going to look younger. You're going to look more mature. You're going to look whatever it is. Let the client tell you that. I personally would probably find that offensive if I were the client. That's just me. Um, you want to connect with them. I've had some of my team tell me, oh no, in school we were taught never to ask our client what it is that they do for a living. You don't ask them that. And I was kind of blown away. Like, what? How are you supposed to connect with them and know what's going to be best for their hair and they're not going to screw it up? If you don't know, like, what? And that's the kind of thing that creates barriers in our industry. That is unnecessary. That's not human. We are all human beings. We all use the restroom. We all have experience the same emotions just at different times of our lives. Are you kidding me? How are you supposed to connect? And this whole episode about relationships, this is my point. Connection is lacking in our industry. The professional beauty and barber industry is lacking connection. When I mean connection, I don't mean go be friends with your clients. No, because you won't make any money. I'm not saying be so rigid that you don't talk to them at 5:01 p.m. after you've closed your doors. Okay? Connection means you find something, anything in common with every single one of your clients. You find something to compliment them about. You, as the professional, you need to figure out how to connect with them on the human level. If you want to earn their trust, here's that trust part again. If you want to earn their trust so that they never leave you as a client, they do whatever it is that you recommend for their skin and hair, they purchase whatever product you recommend. If you want that, you need to connect with people. And that's not a joke. If you and your significant other never talk to each other, you are not going to grow in any way, shape, or form. Do you understand? And that's what we're talking about here. The whole point here is so that we can make a profit on our services. And with that, I mean, if you're charging $70 for a haircut and blow dry, making a profit off of that would be upselling them in, pop in a few hairline foils. That's an upcharge right there. Let's get you booked for a brow wax, a brow tint, a facial, like hot towel shave, like whatever it is. That's making profit on your services. That's what I'm talking about. And you do that by earning trust. I have seen time and time again stylists say, "No, no, no, I'm not talking because I'm gathering. I am what is it? What is that they say? I am focusing on the haircut." Yes, okay, that's professional. I will accept that. But if you get a walk-in and you don't even talk to your walk-in, like why not? Talk about judgmental. Who cares? Even if it's a bum who walked in and asked you for a haircut, a shampoo and a haircut, freaking talk to them. Give them some snacks, refreshments. Like, what is wrong with you that you are so judgmental that you don't even want to talk to your client? Are you freaking kidding me? Anyways, I feel I'm going to have quite a few Facebook posts or Instagram too, social media posts, probably on Threads too, that are talking about this because relationship is lacking. And it's not about relationship, it's about connection and trust. That is what we are in the business of. Connecting with people, If they are not our ideal client, we connect them with another stylist who would do it better. Okay. If that client doesn't want to go to your recommendation, they want you to do it, just do it. Why are you going to say no to money? If they are not harassing you, abusing you, assaulting you, just do it. And then here's the other part of relationships, right? Speaking of assault, like, don't be one of those stylists that just immediately calls the police for every little thing a client does to you. Are you joking? I had somebody come in one day and they told me, "You are so pale and pasty." Wow. And I said, "Wow. Thank you. I appreciate that." And I totally forgot about it until the recording of this episode. My team was like, "Oh my god, they called you pale and pasty. That is so rude. Yuck." Like, they wanted me to, like, fire this person. No. That is an easy, that's easy money for whatever services they're getting. It's fine. Who gives a care? Like, no. So don't be one of those people either, because that's ugly. You're gonna freak out over every single person that you don't like. You're gonna fire every client that you don't like how they laugh. Stop the nonsense. Okay? So that is that. And then today, the episode wasn't scheduled correctly and so sorry. But here we are. And I hope this 26 minutes that we've been talking now together, I hope it has been of some help. I hope it motivates you. Oh, but this was another like big point that I wanted to mention. Everything we talked about was professional relationships. Your personal relationships, okay, they influence you tremendously at work. If you are in an abusive relationship, first and foremost, stop being in denial, get out of denial. And abuse can be ever so slightly of, hey, why do you always got to work till 5? Why don't we ever get time together? I get out at 5. Why can't you get out at 5? Of course, you have to listen to the context, and your personal intuition will put up red flags for you because you can still say what I just said and be in a very supportive relationship in that, okay, let's refocus and rezone our hours so that we can spend time together. But if that person is constantly, making your life difficult, making you moody up and down while you're at work, they're incessantly texting you about stupid shit at the salon or at the spa, and you can't have a good day at work because you're getting texted by your boyfriend or girlfriend and that they're upset with you again. No, that is not okay. That is not cool. And so that's a no from me, babes. Like, we work too damn hard in this industry to be in abusive, toxic relationships. We need to talk about that more. Forget the toxic salons and spas. Let's talk about your personal life and how you are attracted to toxic people. You're constantly swiping on all of the apps and you're constantly dating toxic as fuck people. Okay? Like, please. The perfect relationship is going to lift you up. They're going to make your life easier. They're going to make your life better. They're going to help you in your business if you're a renter. They're going to help promote you if you are a commission based stylist. They are going to think you're the bee's knees. Okay? If your significant other cannot do that, if they cannot be your partner in life and business, GTFO. Okay? So I've seen it with my own team. I've seen it in my friends. I've seen it in just my whole career up until this point. Like, even if you have a fight with your mom on your way to work, that can drive your day into the ground. Okay. Because that is in the back of your mind the whole time. And it's going to affect how you show up to your clients and how you do their hairs and skins. Okay. So please, by all means, make sure you are having healthy relationships. All of this to say, for me personally, as a certified coach, Absolutely, I would want you to come in and get coached with me on this topic because I do coach on this. But if you feel you need a therapist, a counselor, by all means, get one. They are going to help you in different areas than a certified coach will. And having them both together, you're only going to get more progress to your hopes and dreams faster. Okay. So that was like a big thing that I wanted to mention is that if your romantic relationships are holding you back at like okay, for example, I have seen stylists get broken up with or they do the dumping, whatever. They're no longer in a relationship and then their business thrives. And then they get into another relationship and oop, they're back in the valley again and they are not doing well. They're not happy. They're not pleasant to be around. They're moody AF. Like I just want to have my own intervention with their significant other. Like leave them the fuck alone, okay? And oh my OMG, I just dropped the F bomb on the Beauty Pro podcast. I haven't done that before, you guys. And this is because it's a very passionate subject for me. Yes, I can guarantee you that when I said that I do not start singing hymns, okay? I absolutely dropped the F-bomb, but I kind of scared myself just then. And in any case, so relationships, okay? Just think about your relationships for me, please. We are in the business of relationships. We're in the business of connection. And if you screw that up, bro, like you're just ruining it for everybody else. And I'm talking as a human, I'm talking as a business owner, a salon owner, a woman, like, get your freaking relationships on track. I come from a divorced home. My parents divorced at 9. I had my own shitty relationships all in my 20s that I feel were a huge waste of time. And I currently, I'm in my 30s. Like, I want to get married. Like, let's talk about the biological clock ticking, right? Like, I get it. I'm on like a crunch for time. Like, I want to meet my person. I want to meet my man, right? But I am not gonna let that, like, make me have a bad day. I love what I do, and anybody who's gonna make me feel bad or make me feel pressured about what I do, which is working in a salon, coaching salon and spa professionals, they're gonna make me feel bad for doing what I love? Absolutely not. Get out of here. And so I want to empower you that if your significant other makes you feel bad for what you do, kick them to the curb. If you're married and you have a good relationship otherwise, and they just don't understand what it is that you do, bring them into your world. Help them to understand. Let them see. Find a job for them. Give them a new title. Create something for them so they can understand what it is that you do. I have taught this to several of my coaching clients who are married and have relationships and stuff, and their relationship could not be better after this. So please, 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 please help yourself by helping your teammates. If they cannot be your teammate, if they're constantly dragging you down, if you're constantly feeling bad about yourself more than you are feeling good about yourself and what you do, get rid of them. You don't need them, I promise you. Okay. So that is today's episode. I'm very impressed with myself. 34 minutes and on a topic that I didn't think would last that long. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to try to record some more episodes so that this does not happen again. I'm a big fan of batching content. So until next time, my dear, dear babes, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much. If you loved this episode, subscribe to the Beauty Pro podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts so you never miss an episode. Don't forget to leave your reviews, stars, feedback so I can continue bring the content you deserve and want most. Your feedback fuels this podcast. The more you give, the more you get back. You can follow me at The Beauty Pro Coach on Instagram and Facebook. Want to contact me directly? Email me at befree@goldentruthcoaching.com.